It be going too fast.
Hey
Hey y'all.
y'all, what's up? What's tea?
Happy
Happy
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes, what's tea?
Y'all
Happy
feeling
Sunday.
blessed and
Happy
highly
Sunday.
favored. Amen.
They better be. They better be. Every day is alive is another day to be grateful for. It's so much to be
Mhm.
grateful for. Like always.
Always, literally always. So, my name is Blair, also known as Miss Legendary on social media.
My name is Alana Ane, also known as Alana Ane on
And
social
welcome
media.
to Oh My God Girl, Guess What podcast, episode 12, the last episode of the season.
Yes. Welcome to OMG Girl. Guess what, the podcast? I'm so excited. This is episode 12. This is the season finale. It's been a long season.
Yes.
Nah, it's been a time. It has. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. I'm sad it's the last little
Yeah,
episode.
but I'm sad but excited. Like I was just telling Alana,
Yeah,
with
same.
endings come beautiful new beginnings. Whenever something ends, there's always something beautiful beginning on the other side. So although we're ending season 1, season 2 is going to be so much better. So I'm so excited to get into season 2. I'm so excited to get into the rebrand. I'm so excited for
Yes.
us to get super professional with it. I'm excited for us to expand the Oh My God Girl Guess What brand in general, and really see what we can do with that and explore that. I'm also excited to talk to new people and get other perspectives, like, get an interviewer mode in a way.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to take it to the next level. Like I said, I want a mic. Like I can't wait to have guests and just be able to interact with them and pick their brains and let you guys in on all the wonderful people that we know and allowing them to have a platform to speak.
Yeah.
And there's just so many great
We
people
know a
that we
lot of
know.
great
How can
people.
we not share? Yeah, how can we not share our platform with the
Right.
rest of the great
We
people
giving
that we
y'all a
know?
snippet of them. I'm
I'm
stingy with my
excited.
people. I give y'all a little
Yeah,
hour and a
stingy,
half of
stingy with the
them,
people.
and then y'all go
Yeah,
about y'all business.
that's it. That's
Y'all go
it.
about y'all business. Y'all, you know what really made my day this week?
What?
Tabitha Brown's read on Wendy Williams.
Oh yes,
Ah,
yes. She's like, I understand you don't know what this healthy love looks like. You ain't never
I
had this, but
inspired.
let me tell you something.
She
She got
said,
her
"Ooh,
together.
Wendy."
She
She
got
said,
her
"Ooh,
all the way
Wendy,
together.
the pain you must be in."
The pain,
Ooh,
the pain. She did it with so much grace and class. Like she ain't cuss her
but
out,
she did
and
though.
I
She
know
didn't.
she didn't cuss her out, but she did. She was very nice, nasty. And I know, like, when you do that and your words, you just let your word. And I'm one of them people who I don't have to cuss nothing. I just let my words do the talking. And I know when you cut into somebody like that, it's a lot deeper
You
than
ain't cussing them
yelling
out.
and doing
Yeah.
all that cussing, because it's gonna hit them deep. Like Tabitha knew what she was doing. She wanted to hit her deep in her
Mhm.
heart. She wanted her to feel that. She wanted her to give her. She wanted to give her something to think
Cause
about. And
mind your
so
business.
hopefully Miss Wendy changed her ways. She been doing this way too long. She messed with the
Miss
wrong
Wendy's
one.
so problematic. I seen
Sorry.
another video of her trying to
She's
call out
toxic.
Whitney, like, "So are you doing crack right now?"
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
girl,
Like,
don't
what
talk
is
to
wrong
Whitney
with
like that.
you?
And then,
Yeah, don't. Like, you don't know people's personal lives. Like, mind your business. Keep it professional. Keep it cute. You want to ask that off the record if you really are concerned, but you really just want to air people's business. How about you air your own
right,
business? I don't like
what's
people
going
like
on with
that. I
them
don't like people who
cankles?
quick to tell. Yeah, I just hate people who are quick to like air other people's business and don't want to talk about their business. Like those are the people who think they perfect and never, Wendy got her own problems. She needs to
She
focus on
do.
herself
That's our platform
for
though,
real.
and I hate that there are
That's
platforms
not
for
everything,
mess,
and that's
like
why
the
she.
shade
I
room.
won't say that she not blessed, but I don't want to say that she not blessed. But like when you enter that, like people don't like you. People don't want to
Yeah,
work with you. And I think like if she didn't have a if her platform was a little less problematic and more positive, like she would be way bigger than what she is. She would be on Oprah level, but no. You want to be
negative
messy.
Nancy,
You want to cause drama. You want to stir up the pot instead of being
messy
positive.
Misty.
So that's why you're not flourishing like Oprah or anybody else, because you just
Mm-hmm.
messy. Don't nobody wants to deal with that. I think TMZ, the Shade Room, all that stuff is
Messy.
just
I
messy. Like,
unfollowed the
why do we
shade room.
care?
I had to.
Yeah, I've never followed them. I couldn't do
It
it.
was just getting
Mm-mm.
too
I don't
negative.
follow no. Yeah, I don't even. I told you I don't even want to follow Justin LaBoy.
Justin! Justin is not. Justin just be telling our business.
I don't like that. I don't like
I
that.
don't think Justin
I be
is
feeling. I be
attacked.
feeling.
Just say you feel attacked.
I be feeling attacked and seen, and I don't like that. Even though he's not singling nobody out, he still be like, "What sign this is?" Then everybody I had a
That's because. But he
Don't
for
talk
a week
about
straight, he
things.
went on Libras for a week straight. He was going on us every day. I'm like, he dealing with a Libra that just hurt his feelings. That's what it is.
I'm like, what is he going through?
It's a Libra that hurt his feelings. He was going on us for a
Like,
week
he think
straight,
this
and he
is
was
just
telling our
okay.
business. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he be telling our business. He be telling our business.
He be telling our.
And so you damn near looking at his page, you don't even trust nobody that you dating because you like, hold on. Everybody doing this. This ain't just
Cause for real,
this ain't unique to one person. This is everybody. This is everybody our age doing this.
It make you question a lot of stuff. You be like,
that's why I said.
And then some dude said, I had liked one of
want...
his posts, and some dude gonna screenshot it like really Blair and send it to me.
Yes. People always.
I said not Instagram snitching on me.
Like people really be looking. Like I haven't liked stuff where somebody's done that, but I've had people send posts to me. Like I'm just surprised that like certain girls who like this, and I'm like, just because they like a post don't mean nothing.
Right. It could be funny, like, but no, I really resonated with that post,
funny.
And this motherfucker go send it to me, talk about some really Blair. I'm like,
well, you know, oh well.
16.
I don't have nothing to sip on right now.
Right.
I should have made a mimosa or something. It's a wine bottle sitting right
I'm
there.
literally drinking tea though. This changing weather got me a little throat a little scratchy.
It's and the air conditioning, like you go in and out. It's hot, but it's cold.
Yeah, the weather just dropped this weekend in Chicago. It was like cool, so it threw me off.
Yeah, and it's been raining. It's been raining everywhere.
For sure.
A lot.
So, sis, what do you think, over the course of this season, what do you think, you learned the most about yourself and about me?
What I learned the most about myself is I need to be more organized.
Okay.
Like, I keep telling y'all, I'm not, like, I will forget. I have to write it down. I have to go by. Even at work sometimes. Like, I was just telling my mom this. My first few weeks in corporate America, I was, like, missing meetings or just running late because I was not going by a schedule, and I was trying to go by all memory. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I need to be more scheduled. I will say that this has taught me to be more scheduled or more organized with my schedule. A better planner. I still not plan or a fan of, like, planning stuff all the time. It's helped me just, like, cultivate something from start to finish. It's been very fun. Something that I'm, like, passionate about, too. So I think this is just, like, the beginning step of, like, everything else for me. So, yeah, I would say it just taught me, like, I can do anything that I want to do, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm a perfectionist, and I beat myself up. And I talk to my people all the time, as my friend, like, if it's not perfect, and if it's not the way that I envision it, sometimes I just, I'm a perfectionist. So if it's not perfect, then it kind of, in my mind, it sets me back. But through this journey, I've just learned that you don't have to have it perfect from jump. Yeah. Like, you perfect it as you go. Even with the Airbnb business, conversation we had today is like, it's not going to be perfect. Like, you have to be coachable. You have to constantly learn. Like, it's constantly learning. And, like, I'm excited that I'm excited that we started it. Mm-hmm. We've made mistakes along the way. We've had little hiccups. We didn't let it stop us. And, like, next season, we want to take it to the next level and be a little bit more professional. So that's what I would say. What I've learned about you.
Or our friendship. Like, has it opened any new things since we've had these conversations?
I think it's only strengthened it. Okay. Honestly, I think it's only, especially with the distance, since we're not able to, like, see each other as much.
I get so sad.
Strengthened. Why? Because of the
distance. Literally, I'm sick of having long distance relationships with my best friends. Like, this sucks. Yeah. Like, when Sashi came in this weekend, I just want to put y'all in my purse. Yeah.
But you know what's crazy though? Like, I know, I've always said this in the back of my mind. I don't know when, but I know
we all gonna end up in the same city.
Eventually, we all gonna be up in the same. Like, we all gonna end up in the same city.
If you
like,
just move to Chicago for a little bit,
I think it's gonna be like somewhere else. I don't know if it's gonna be LA. I don't know if it's gonna be like Houston, or at least if everybody's not in the same place and living there, we at least are gonna be able to see each other a lot more and just, like, celebrate life and, birthdays, whatever, or just like quick little girls trip out the country, like 10 deep, stuff like that. Like, I'm really excited for that type of stuff to happen. Mm-hmm. It's like everybody right now is just,
we in grind mode,
we in God mode trying to build and get there. So like that distance is okay, and we still like lifting each other up in the process. So I know
I hate it. I want to hug y'all. I be missing my friends. I realize I have okay, it's cool. Once we separated, it's cool. But then when I have to be with y'all and then separate, I'm like,
yeah. You should bring Champ to see us.
Yeah, I was gonna talk to you. I think that we should do the photo shoot at your apartment for the
who though?
We gonna have to. We can find a photographer.
I know somebody. Yeah. I know
somebody. Because of the concept that we were thinking about, where I was thinking about, we need a house, a home. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that'd be cool. And I've never been there, so
it'll be fun.
Okay, so for me, what I think I learned this season about myself, I learned how to be a better listener. I also learned how to I think I learned how to be a better listener. I think that was like my major thing, like with doing a podcast that it taught me how to do. I also just became more comfortable like in front of the camera and like speaking, and like articulating my thoughts. I think sometimes I've had difficulty articulating my thoughts, like I be thinking a thing and I'm like, you know what I mean, but I can't really say you know what I mean on a podcast. Like you have to kind of like explain what you say. Yeah, you have to finish a full thought, right? So it helped me be more conscious about that. It also helps me because I know we're doing a podcast and I'm going through things on you just encountering life. It helps me to process what I'm going through so that I can articulate it, because when I'm going through things, I'm like, oh, this is a great lesson that I've learned. How to articulate this lesson so I can share it on the podcast. It's just strengthened my communication skills, all in all.
Yes, it definitely I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, and also I think it allowed me to have a hobby, right? We don't get paid to do this, but it's something that's fun. It's something that we're building and growing into. Eventually, we will be able to get paid from it, but right now we're not. So it became like a nice, fun thing to do that's like low pressure,
And it's natural.
Yeah.
Too. Like, these are just like our natural conversations. So it's something that's a hobby, but natural, and it doesn't require too much. All we need is Wi-Fi, camera.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good relationship already, so we just talk how we normally talk.
Like low pressure. And then too, I think what I learned about our friendship is we are like yin and yang in the best way, like balancing each other out. It's so funny to see, like when something is really bothering me, you're not bothered. When something is really bothering you, I'm not bothered. Like it's like a good balance, because like I'm just like, I'm stressed. They stressing me. You're like, it's okay. And when you're like, this is stressing me out, I can't get, I'm like, it's okay. We can just, like, it's a good, it's literally a good balance. I think
you had said that on that live you were on. Somebody's like, that's rare, like in a partnership. Like, rare. You don't get that too often.
We don't really get stressed out about the same stuff. Not really. And if we do, then I think when it comes to this, like, okay, but I think too, like, when it comes to like, okay, the Airbnb business, Marquise being on the team with us, when we're stressed about stuff, Marquise is a good neutralizer,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we figured out a balance, to just not getting overwhelmed so easily, But yeah, I think I'm excited.
I would say, I would agree with the whole communication thing. I think, so it's funny because when I was younger, I didn't really always like to I would have never just been talking like this, or even like I've noticed now I'd rather talk on the phone with people rather than text. Like I'm not about to, sit there and text you all day or like try to text what I think. I'm big on voice memos, especially when I'm trying to get.
Oh, we know this girl will send you a
podcast
worth of voice memos.
I will send a podcast. So it's just funny because I get the gift from my mom of being able to write out what I'm thinking. Like when I was younger, she used to always say like, you need to, let out how you feeling. I'm like, can I write it? Can I write it down? And she's like, no, like you need to like speak about it. I'm like, can I please write it down? Because I don't know how to like, let it out in that way. I don't know how to talk about it or like really articulate like what I'm feeling. It's easier if I write it. And like I caught myself even like maybe in a relationship that I've been in the past, like always wanting to text it or something. But like now, and I don't know if this is like with podcasts, but also with age, it's like I'd rather just talk to you on the phone. Like it's easier to connect and kind of diffuse a situation when you're on the phone with somebody or just face to face.
Or face to face in person.
Yeah, I'm not really, and I've caught myself too. Is like, like tweeting is cool, but sometimes I'm like, dang, I really don't even. Like, sometimes I don't even know what to tweet because it's like,
What am I saying?
I just rather
I'll
talk.
tweet
Yeah,
and delete. Like I'll tweet something and
yeah,
be like, never
same.
mind.
I'm a big tweet and deleter.
Yeah,
I'm
like some stuff don't even get to the send. Like it just, I'm gonna type it out and then I read it and I be like, no, I'm not saying that. Like I'm not sharing.
Just gotta stay in the draft. So
yeah, I think I'm good at writing stuff. I don't know. Like when it comes to like disagreements with people, I be wanting to talk on the phone. Like
same.
For sure. But when I notice when it comes to men, like somebody I'm dating or something, I think I'd rather text because on the phone, I just feel like I be getting checked, or like in person, like my whole point just went down the drain. Or if it's something petty I'm really upset about and I'm in their face and I realize it's petty once I'm in their face, but via text I don't really realize it's petty. I can say what I want to say. When I get in their face,
that's why I just send a voice memo. That's why I just send a voice. I send my voice memo and just leave it there. It'd be like, I swear to God, I send somebody a 9-minute voice memo. This is how I feel, and you gonna listen to this.
Or there's literally
paragraphs back. I'm not replying to that.
So if he sent you a 9-minute voice memo back, would you have to listen?
Yes, I would have communicated and used my voice.
I think that's good because it's like, let me get it all out. Like, let me say everything I have to say without interruption.
Because like with text, it's like you gotta, if you send a paragraph, you like, dang, here go another paragraph. But like with a voice memo, you can keep it going.
Yeah, you can talk. Yeah. That's why I do like that. And then it allows that person like you not to be interrupted without like any distractions and stuff like that. Exactly. So yeah, it's good. Okay, so also on the topic of like endings, new beginnings, like what, as far as like what do you have examples or any circumstance where something has ended and opened up to like a new beginning, like where you had thought maybe it was something bad and then it opened up to something new or better than you expected before?
Yeah, everything. I read this quote once. It's like a goddess has to destroy as much as she creates. It's like you can't make room for new things without, knowing when it's time to end something or stop something. And for example, I started, not everybody knows, but I'm obviously like, I'm good at graphics and that's something I enjoy to do. Mm-hmm. And it's something that I had picked up like in college. And it was something I would do when I was younger, but I never really was like, serious about it or wanted to make money from it. But in college, like, okay, I have a marketing background, I can do this, through the pandemic or whatever. And it just got to a point where I was just like, because I would be dealing with clients with that, and I do that at work too, like consulting. It was like I didn't want to do the same thing at work that I do when I come home. So, I decided to end it, even though I was sad about it. Like I talked to you about it when I decided to end it. I don't know if it was like September or October, but that was like probably the best thing that I could do because it's allowed me to get my hands in so many other things that I was overthinking or not even thinking about doing. Like, the podcast is something that I've always wanted to do. Hospitality and like real estate, Airbnb is something I've always wanted to do. And if I was, focused on having clients and doing graphic design for the most part, I wouldn't have had time to even do these other things that brought me so much happiness and like opened up so many other doors and avenues for me, and really take the time to like think about the things that I really want and like a brand that I would want for myself. I didn't want to just be known as a marketing consultant or somebody who
and you still use those skills in these new things.
Exactly. Like that's not all that I am. And so when I was doing it, it was like, it was cool. But then I was like, this is not all that I am. Like, this is not all that I do. And so I was very sad about stopping to do that because it's something that made me happy. But like, it was the best thing that I could have ever done for myself. And even when I think back on like ending friendships or ending relationships, something greater always comes, whether it's
miss one, next 15.
Yeah, it might not even be another person, but just growth and taking the time to give all of that energy to yourself is always a blessing. Like, you don't need to always have, somebody there. It might not always be a better person that comes to the door, or even opportunities that are missed. Like, something greater always comes. Like,
or something greater for you, something perfect for you, right? Yeah.
Like, I've had my dream company, Google come talk to me and it's like, give me a job offer. And they wanted me to do like sales, cold calling. And I'm like, even though y'all my dream company, no, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm not about to settle just because y'all are the company that I want just for the name. It's like I know I'm gonna be unhappy in the end.
Doing something that you don't really
doing
want
something
to
that
do.
I don't really want to do just because of the name. And like I'm in a position now where it's like I love the work that I do.
And you got a promotion.
And I got a promotion, and like I'm just very, very happy where I am. And before it was like people was like, "Oh, you moving there, or you gonna work for this company?" I've never heard of them, but it's more money. It allows me to be more flexible. Like it just works out for me all in all. Like it's so. Like I said, a goddess has to destroy as much as she creates. Like you can't make room for greater by not letting things go or knowing when it's time to end things. Like a lot of the times, like I think life is about knowing. It's about knowing when to start, when to stop. You know, it's just about knowing is half the battle, and then you just gotta go through with it.
I would agree.
How about you though?
So yeah, the ending that I turned into a new beginning. I think it's like when COVID first hit and the school shut down, and I had celebrity stylists who wanted something from me. As soon as I got that opportunity, the school shut down, which is what I was using as my primary studio space because it's 24-hour sewing studios. And so with that, it put fire under my ass to get my own studio. And that was like the biggest blessing there was, going from relying on the school, and when it closed down, just feeling like, okay, my career is going to be shattered and shot. Like, this stylist wants something ASAP, and they're not even accommodating me in any way to get it. The school does not care. They just don't care about this great opportunity for me and aren't making a way for me. So I have to make a way for myself, find a way to make one. Shout out to CAU.
Shout out CAU.
So that made me, to get my own studio space is a blessing. To think that I've been in this studio space for over a year now is a blessing. And still function and operating, been able to pay my bills every month, been able to still create, purchase furnishings, really have a fully equipped studio. My studio is really fully equipped, and I was able to build that up. But if I would have, soaked in the idea that, because the school, closed, I that was the end, If I would have let that be an ending and not open the door for a new beginning of something of my own, I don't know where I would be today. I probably would still be, I don't know what I'd be doing. I just don't know. So I would say that's a great example for me of something that ended that opened the door to a new beginning.
Yeah, that's a great example.
Yeah,
that was example.
Literally.
Also, like the start of something new. Like you took off after that. So
yeah, literally.
The best thing that could have ever happened. It was a blessing.
That was the best thing that ever happened for school because when school ended, so I went to the fashion retreat in LA. As soon as I came back, it was COVID. Like, we actually had to end the retreat early because COVID had shut everything down. If I would have came back from that fashion retreat and had to go back to school, I wouldn't have used the skills I learned that quickly. Okay. Like, I immediately applied everything I learned. So the ending of the world and the world stopping allowed a new opportunity for me to open my business. While y'all on pause, I'm going to build this up real quick. And I'm going to keep going. Like, I had so much good energy and, like, so much positive motivation when I left there. So, yeah, it was literally.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just thinking, like, with the pandemic and, like, the world just ending, I think it was that way of life.
Not the we so dramatic. The world ending.
But like, the world being on pause for a second. Everybody just had to like everything stopped, and it's like I think that was like the best thing that could have ever happened to the world because that way of life and just like how we were just going about stuff like it was normal and ignoring stuff. It's so many things now where people just can't ignore any longer. Like we realize that life is too
within
short.
Our families, within ourselves, within our
communities, within the world as a whole, our government. Like everything, there's just so many things that's like, it's so many beautiful things that came out of that. So many beautiful things, and I'm proud. Like it's so many roses that have grown from the concrete. I think whether it be people, whether it's brands, whether it's different theories and changes that have been happening, like race relations, whatever it may be. Like it's been so much more positivity and just like love in the air in the world. Like we still have people who are just gonna be themselves regardless, but when you look around, there is so much more compassion and love and acceptance and not no Judge Jones, and everybody's just a lot
Mhm.
nicer for the most part. I mean, you
Yeah,
still got some people,
because
but
they
a lot of
understand
people
that
are
life happens. You
exactly.
know,
People are a lot nicer now and just like understanding because we
life
all
be
went through
life.
something. Yeah, life be life, man. We went through something very traumatic, and people who
Mm-hmm.
may have not have ever been through anything like that before in life and just like kind of well off and privileged or whatever. Like for the first time, it was like it don't matter who you are. You can die from this. You can be affected by this. It didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Social status. That was like for the first time, like social status or anything. It just didn't matter, except for people like Jeff Bezos. But for the most part, people are a lot nicer, which I'm glad that stuff is starting to change. We still got a long way to go, but
Yeah.
even with, like you said, within ourselves, within our families, like it's been so many things that we've been able to impact, and
Ooh, child, yes.
yeah, but
It's
it's a
loud,
beautiful
yeah.
thing though,
And
because we
sometimes,
working through it.
and sometimes shit can get ugly. Shit can get, you know, in the midst, like, okay, you have an ending. In order to get in a new beginning, it can get a little muddy. You might have to dig in the dirt a little bit,
You gotta get
because it's
dirty a
like
little bit. Yeah.
repotting,
What
resoiling.
what
You
did
get
Rick
what I'm
Ross say? We
saying?
gotta destroy before we elevate.
Yeah,
We got
literally.
to.
So you literally have to destroy stuff before you elevate. So I think that a lot of stuff was destroyed. Egos were destroyed. Unhealthy thought patterns and work patterns were destroyed. I used to be no sleep. I used to be at the studio at school. I used to travel from the suburbs to downtown on the train every day. I used to be going from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., sometimes 12 a.m. every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day. What?
Yeah, no.
No rest, no sleep, and still working on the weekends?
No.
You won't see it today. I prioritize my rest now.
Absolutely not. One thing
I
about us,
prioritize myself. One thing about me, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'm gonna prioritize my rest. Literally, I was not healthy. Looking back, I just didn't even look healthy. I just didn't even look like I was taking care of myself.
Yeah, that's how I look back. Like a year, not a year ago, but like when I look back at pictures from like I took a vacation like March of 2020, and I'm like, y'all, no.
Was huge. I just can't believe y'all was eating with me and shit like that.
I be looking at certain like my face and certain things, like my face was just fat. Like my face was just fat. Like why would?
Cause that's what we always on the go, eating out on the go.
And that's what I be looking at. Like I was in college, which is understandable, but it's like college is such an unhealthy atmosphere. Like as soon as I came home, it was like I don't want to eat fast food no more. Or like constantly just be on the go all the time, or just be in like a very like it's not that I can't be in a fast paced environment, but it was just like always something going on. Like it was never Atlanta's nonstop, so Clark was really like nonstop. Like there's always something going on. Like yeah, college was just not a healthy environment.
Yeah, and the school I went to, I don't think was a very healthy environment either. Just because, like, as artists, like, all your classes are projects. Each project could take you days to make, depending on what it is your concept is. They encourage, they really encourage you. Our class is already 6 hours long. And then they encourage outside of class, you spend about 12 hours on a thing. Like, that's unrealistic. That's unrealistic. They had really a lot of unrealistic expectations. Now, granted, we got it done because we had to get a degree, but it came with a lot of overnight nights. That's why the studios are open 24 hours because people were literally in there 24 hours a day, cranking out projects for 4 years.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
For 4 years, yeah, that's really ridiculous. But with endings come new beginnings. Thank God we was delivered from that. Yes. Agreed, honey, and up out of there. But yeah, I don't think we had 30 minutes. I don't want to make this episode super long. It's our last episode. Damn, y'all. Thank y'all.
Yes, thank you.
12 episodes.
Thank you. Like it really means so much though. Like just to know that people listen.
People be listening for real.
Listening for real, and I'm so happy that like we have a platform where people are listening and they they give us feedback, and it's just cool to see. Like, I appreciate it. Like, words can't even explain it for real, but we got some good stuff coming for y'all in the future for sure.
Yes. And, Alana's about to be a mom. She didn't even tell y'all.
I'm about to be a mom. I'm super excited. I'm nervous, but I'm super excited. I just got a toy poodle. She's black. Her name is Jade. My mom named her. But she's so
So
adorable. She's
cute.
7 weeks right now. So I have to get her next week. She'll be 8 weeks old. She's a Taurus. I just know she's about
So
to be so
excited.
spoiled and just sweet. I'm excited.
So spoiled.
Mama's sweet
So
girl. I'm
spoiled.
so excited to get her. She's gonna love it here. I gotta go today and like maybe go to TJ Maxx or like Petco and just pick out some stuff. Girl, I tried to,
Mhm.
I love the color Tiffany blue. I tried to look on Tiffany
Mhm.
website to see if they got like dog collars and stuff. Girl, they selling that shit for like $350. Absolutely not. Not for no dog collar. Bye. I'm gonna
Bye.
find some cute stuff for
Love
her.
you,
Yeah, love you,
Jade, but
Jade, but
no.
no. Like I'm
Look on Etsy.
yeah.
They might have Tiffany inspired stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna look on Etsy. I'm gonna go to TJ Maxx, get her like a dog bed. I need to get some toys and food and stuff. I'm so excited to get her. I'm gonna have the first girl dog out the group. So
yeah, everybody else got boy dogs. These little demons.
yes, my girl is about to be so sweet. Champ is gonna love her. That's gonna be his little sister.
He gonna terrorize baby,
No,
whole
he
baby.
is not. Champ is gonna be sweet to her. She's a girl. I think dogs can sense. Maybe you think so? I think they can sense.
I think Champ know when it's a girl versus a boy. He definitely do.
So he probably gonna be sweet with her. I don't think he gonna be rough like he be with Dash or Harlem.
Yeah, rough, just rough.
But I'm excited. I have to let y'all know how it goes. I'll show her, like, obviously beginning of season 2. I have to show her in the camera or something.
Yeah,
but
she got to come on for episode because we did have Champ on for an episode and he acted the ass the whole episode.
I think she's gonna be sweet.
I agree. Well, thank y'all. We love y'all. If you haven't already, listen to episodes 1 through 11. Share them with your friends and family. And we'll see y'all on season 2. We don't have a date yet, but when we do, you can check our social medias.
Yes, thank you guys so much. See y'all next season. It's been fun. It's been a pleasure. Please keep supporting us. It means a whole lot.
Love you.
Love y'all. Bye.